Do you want to get started making money with your camera in 2025? Well, good news, we've never had more options than we do right now. And in this video, I'm going to give you what I believe are my top 5 niches to target in 2025. Number 5 is products. I mean, think about how many online businesses there are nowadays with Amazon, Shopify, and every other e-commerce store. There's more products than there ever have been before. And the only way for most of these to sell is to market and share their message online. And professional content is just going to help every online business. Without it, they're really just not going to be successful. All of their business is visual. And the best part about this niche is a lot of it can typically be done in a home studio under controlled lighting, much lower stress, rather than some of the other industries like weddings where it can be unpredictable. You can have bad lighting and you really only have one shot to get it right. But that being said, it can be more difficult to get these clients as they're mostly online only. There's a lot of props and backdrops needed to create really compelling images. But to some, creating these scenes might be their favorite part of the process. So it's really all about what you actually enjoy doing. Number 4 is tech companies. It's no secret that the tech industry, it's probably the largest and fastest growing of them all, as more and more are created every day. Technology is moving faster and faster, and honestly, it can be hard to keep up. And that's why visual content is so important to them, being able to explain exactly what it is that they're doing. You know, they're much more willing to spend larger amounts of money, and it can be an extremely lucrative niche to get into because as technology changes and updates happen, there's always going to be some piece of content that needs to be created. You know, it's ongoing, whether that's reveal videos, keynote event coverage, whatever it is. They're often going to be releasing something that to them, they think is groundbreaking, and because of that, they're trying to stand out above their competitors. That being said, here you often have to network and meet someone in the company to be able to get started. But once you do, it can be extremely profitable because, let's be honest, it's not going anywhere and you've got plenty of work to grow into here. Number 3 is the medical industry. I mean, it seems like health and wellness is at the top of everyone's mind lately. And it's really no secret that of all of them, the medical industry is probably the largest in the world. So really, anything that comes with it is also naturally going to cost more money. And I've done so many projects in the medical field. You're dealing with larger companies that have the budgets to pay more than, say, a local shop might. One thing about this niche is there is a lot of competition, but at the same time, you also have to be more precise when it comes to the content that you create. And what I mean by that is they're very specific about not only what they're looking for, but also the wording and the messaging that they use and how they're able to make certain claims for their products or for their business. You have to be really exact, and they know that you have to portray those messages in a certain way just to cover themselves. But the medical industry is obviously the biggest that there is in the entire world. So this is a great market to get into. Number 2 is the classic, the one that everybody thinks of when they hear, oh, I'm a photographer or videographer, and that's weddings. I've personally been filming weddings since 2017, and they've always been good money, but after 2020, they really became a lot of people's go-to for bringing in consistent money into their business. The demand became incredibly high. Everyone wants the best quality to remember their day. And because wedding venues became so booked up for so many years to come, so did the vendors. And there was a shortage for a while. So if you wanted to book a decent photographer or videographer, you had to pay a bit of a premium for it. My wedding packages average between $4,000 and $6,000, which for one day of filming is obviously a really good amount. But when you take into account paying for a second camera operator, the week or so of editing, all the back and forth, the planning, the edits, it's still a really good profit margin, but a lot of the time, work, stress, and loss of weekends ends up going into these projects. But the wedding industry is always going to be there, and it's a really, really good niche to be in. And finally, number 1 is real estate media. There's so many different ways that you can make money when it comes to real estate, with so many agents out there and so much competition when it comes to the market. And everyone wants the highest quality visuals to make themselves stand out. And because of that, this is becoming more and more popular. I've done projects for all these different types of niches that I've talked about. And I've personally been shooting real estate for 8 years now. And this, out of all of them, is by far the niche that has made me the most amount of money. And it might not be the most profitable on a job by job basis, but when you account for the sheer amount of volume that comes with it, that's where it becomes extremely lucrative. I mean, you've got photography, video, drone, virtual 360 tours, floor plans, virtual staging. And when you combine these all together while doing multiple shoots in a day, sometimes 3, 4, 5, or even agent marketing content, because there's so many realtors and they're all looking to stand out, you're always seeing new locations every day. No day is the same, and it's a great chance to create ongoing revenue because of that. So I love the real estate industry, and I think right now in 2025, it's the best niche to be in. So if you're new to the channel, my name's Devin. I run a media agency here in New England, and here we like to talk about cameras, business strategy, and real estate media, and I want to help you make more money with your camera. I've personally been getting paid to create content for 15 years now, and I want to share some of the things that I've learned to help you in your creative journey. So if you found any of this helpful, or if you learned anything, maybe you want to take your creative passion and turn it into a career, hit the link on the screen to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.